2020, your financial calendar from AfroEconomics. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing your evening with me. I appreciate you all so much. I do indeed. Yes, I do. We are going to go live to our friends in YouTube world. I usually use another social media platform to share live, but now I said, hey, share the love with YouTube. I think that next year, 2020, will be committed to doing our live Wednesday evenings on our YouTube channel that has been so good to us as well, because sometimes I feel that some of the other ones, when I go live, they're more restrictive. And I really, really have enjoyed accumulating the library on the YouTube channel. So I appreciate all those of you who are supporting the AfroEconomics with JB Bryan YouTube channel. Much love to you. How are you, Mike Rob? How are you? How's Craig? Indeed. And Ms. Cotman as well. It's good to see everyone logged in, our new people like Mr. White. And indeed, I appreciate everyone that's called in on the phone. How do they do that? There you go to afroeconomics.com, into the events calendar, and click on the event. And it allows Monica to participate each week. We appreciate you, girlfriend, and Patricia. And especially tonight, we're talking about establishing, or you making a commitment to, the AfroEconomics 2020 financial calendar that is for you. Now, know that we have the full membership, but you can take advantage of the free AfroEconomics membership called No Excuses, because so there's no excuse. You could say, well, I can't, afford the membership. Well, you can't afford to have a free membership. You might not be able to do the full membership, but there's no excuse for not taking advantage of the online membership so that you can participate online in our members only meetings, just like Ms. Hayes, who is a full member that does the financial planning and investment strategies as well. Thank you for participating in AfroEconomics Live. I'm JB Bryan, the President and Chief Investment Officer of JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm and the home of AfroEconomics. Hi, Elizabeth. I haven't seen you in a minute. Thank you for participating along with Mr. Piercy, Mr. Robinson, Mr. and Mrs. Hayes, Nita, Patricia, the Cotmans, Mr. White. I appreciate you, Mr. Lewis, as well. I can't even say hi to everyone because a lot of you are listening via the teleconference, as well as Akila. I appreciate you all. Wow. But there's a lot of y'all who were on the regular, came back tonight. Look at this. So I'm so glad that you all have not lost your steam. As this year is coming to an end, we have to keep our momentum coming. So that's why I wanted to make sure that I let you know that I have a plan for the members. I have a plan for you. Yes, and there's nobody left out. This is also a plan for the members who are joining absolutely free. I had a goal that I started for 2019, that I wanted a new member every day. Now I've almost did it, but I think I get like a new member like every 2 days. But we have to get that to every day. In 2020, I think the key to it, and I want you all to know that as a long-term entrepreneur, I'm going to tell you the key to success. This is the key to success, okay? You have to ask for what you want. I have not done a good job of making sure that every time I see Mr. Piercy's name, that I say, Mr. Piercy, make sure you sign up for membership. You should be a membership. You should be a member. I have to make sure that I say, Nita, make sure that you sign up. I need to make sure that everyone signs up for membership. That's the key to success. I'm telling y'all some powerful information here. There is so much in life that is there for us, but we never ask for it. That is the key to everything. So, thank you. I appreciate you as well, Ms. Tees. You better ask somebody. That's right. You better ask for what you need. I'm not asking for what I want. I'm asking for what I need in order to feel complete as an entrepreneur. I got to help more people. That's what my goal in life is. So if my goal is to help more people, then I got to make sure that I ask you to allow me to help you, because that's going to make me feel complete. I'm going into my 25th year in business. I really, really want to make sure that I go into this 25th year as strong as I was 25 days into business. Yes. Ms. Witherspoon said, can you give us an example of what asking looks like? Yes, indeed. I asked you about a year ago to come to an event that I had. And I asked you and you became a member, and now you're participating. And that's what asking for what you need looks like. And that's it. I asked Elizabeth to participate, in the workshops. And that's how she did. I asked when I was speaking somewhere, and Elizabeth heard me speaking. And then I said, please participate in my webinars. I have a webinar coming up. I have a live stream coming up. Please listen in. And then boom, done. Yes. So, but I only have established this relationship through asking for it. So that's what the evidence of how asking for it can lead ultimately to our success. We indeed have to ask for it. I was looking at an interview the other day, because I don't know, but if you all have seen that, in Virginia, a new monument has been put at an art museum. So they interviewed the model that is used, and it's a Black man took one of his pictures, and his picture became a statue. And the model for it is a young man from South Carolina, and he had like locks in his hair and everything at the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. Exactly. So what happened was they interviewed the young man, and they said, well, how did you become the model for this statue, for this artist? And he said, well, I was sitting in a room one day, and that artist was speaking, and I walked up to the artist, and I said, if there's ever anything that I can do for you, let me know. I am also an artist. And he said, oh, what's your name? And he got his information, and that's how he asked for it, or he offered, or he asked, can I help you with something? Can I fill that need? I don't know what you might need, but I want to fill that need. And so instead, we think sometimes that you're going to be so fabulous that what you desire, is going to find you out of all the fabulous that God has created in this world. But we have been instructed to ask for what you want. Seek and you shall find. You have to go and look for it. And knock and it shall be answered. So we have to, so that again is an example of how you have to ask for what you need. And that, if that's the need, if that's what he felt, that he felt that connection, he felt that he could help that man. He felt that there was something he needed to provide. I am confident that I can provide you the financial assistance, the assistance in reaching your financial goals that you deserve. I'm confident in that. So let's look at my suggestions or my design of my AfroEconomics 2020 financial calendar that I've designed specifically for you. January, and one thing that's going to be extremely different about 2020 is that the book is going to come into serious play. I know that every member will be better off by having this book. So the book is already, once you become a member, a free member or not, you have the ability to download the book. The book is there for you. The kids' book is there for you. That you can the workbook is there for you for free, even if you sign up for the free membership. So don't feel that AfroEconomics is not about your financial empowerment. And don't get confused in thinking that there's some sort of catch here. The catch is that AfroEconomics is about developing Black wealth in America and abroad. That's the catch. And it is very difficult to get us to commit to our financial success. But that is the catch, that we have a responsibility to this planet to be on top of our game. So in January, we're going to start the year with Principle 3, Organization and Planning, Principle 9, Determination, and Principle 10, Recognizing Black Health and Wealth. But I heard on a television interview, the anchor said that the biggest resolutions for the year are financial, that people have chosen to develop budgets over actually starting diets. Now, I don't know if that's really going to be true, but that's what I heard yesterday on the network television about what their New Year resolutions are and what the top ones are. And financial resolutions ranked higher than health resolutions. But Principle 10 is our health and how it's connected to our wealth. But I must tell you, it is just as important as your financial well-being. So we have to make sure that so in January, I'm going to help make sure that we focus on being organized and setting up our goals and planning, that we make sure that we're determined to meet our financial goals. Want to make sure that you have access to the software programs that we use to develop the budgets, to develop the financial plans, and want to work on increasing your income and setting up retirement accounts. I mean, January is a powerful month. Akila says, people are tired of being broke. You can't afford to take care of health with no money. That is my current struggle. Well, we gotta make sure that you log in every week, because you can take care of your health with money, and you should and deserve to have money. If anybody who is a participant, fully participating in AfroEconomics, is ever broke, it's because they are choosing to be broke. That it is a straight up choice, because if they are following what I am suggesting and telling you and advising what you to do, then that is a choice. That is a choice. And we need to stop making excuses about the economy. I got a call today, and the sister was inboxing. She said, are we headed into a recession because people are paying me slow? She has her own business. And I said, well, people are making the same mistakes that people generally do. People are overextending themselves and making a decision to pay you slowly. I mean, blatantly, she's just not a priority. I don't care if we're in a depression or recession or just straight up being retarded. People pay who they want to pay. If they decide not to pay you, then that's a personal decision, because people exist, people work, and at the time in which they go on TV and say that we're in a recession, there are also people who are making a whole lot of money at that exactly same time. So this is the time where we decide that no more excuses. I'm going to change my financial situation, and I'm going to take full responsibility of what's going on in my financial life right now, today. right now, today, you have to become accountable for that. There's like refusetobebroke.com will take you. You put that in there, that takes you right to the AfroEconomics website. refusetobebroke.com, because you follow this concept, you will not be broken. The number one thing to it is to stop the materialism and any type of assessing ourselves according to what other people tell you that your success is supposed to look like. Once you keep just your hand in your pocket and your responsibilities taken care of, you take care of your personal responsibilities, it will work out fine. But we have to focus. And in February, so January, organization and planning, determination, your health, all of these things we're going to focus on. And then in February, we're moving into principle 1 of legacy, Black love. We're going to look at developing a family financial plan. Black love is a big part of 2020 for me. Black love is one of our workshops for our event. I want to welcome, the members who are single, couples, everything. As we're going to address Black love in every form, and addressing the families, developing family financial plans, family vision statements, and all that's going to be our February. Not just about chocolates and all of that, but about the love and the support that is needed for us to get to the financial levels that we need to be and deserve to be. And then March moved into principle 4. Now, mind you, January, I said principle 3, 9, and 10. So it's not like we're going 1, 2, 3, you would not happening. And in March, principle 4, which is knowledge, which is always in there, because we're always about increasing our knowledge, but the AfroEconomics Fest, March 6th, 7th, and 8th, absolutely free. Absolutely free. At the same time, somebody is going to pay somebody to go to something. They're going to do that, and they're going to not, because they can't believe that they actually have something that they can go to for free. And then they're going to wonder why they're broke and they didn't get anything out of what they paid all that money for. So all you have to do is invest in yourself. And I am investing in you. In March, principle 4, we're focusing on knowledge. We're going to do a tax attack. We're going to make sure that your returns are finished. We're going to look at required minimum distribution planning, understanding that if you're near 70, you know what required minimum distribution means. And we're looking at your investment allocations. We're going to talk about all of that at the fest as well. Investing, how you invest, understanding your 3 pots of money, tax-free, taxable, tax-deferred, and cleaning up your documents as well. March is going to be full. The AfroEconomics Fest is going to be full. We're going to look at everything: entrepreneurship, taxes, that your investment portfolios, real estate. I want it all. We're going to bring it all. And then that Saturday, we start with our members only luncheon. We party that night. Saturday, we work all day. We party that night. Sunday morning, we wake up with Break Every Chain, a gospel concert, and the Soul of Your Money, my Bible-based money tips. I'm bringing that on Sunday morning. And Sunday evening, this is March, Sunday evening, the kids, the Teen Summit, getting our young people into entrepreneurship, getting our young people prep for college, prep for training, prep for careers, going over social media and its power and the advantages and disadvantages. But the Teen Summit is Sunday afternoon. So March is going to be strong. April, we're going, and of course, March is the 25th anniversary of the firm. Sometimes people get confused and they think 25 years as a financial advisor. No, 25 years is for my firm. I was a financial advisor in corporate America before I started the firm in 1995. So definitely. And Elizabeth is refused, and then the number 2, BE broke, right? Black love includes Black self-love as well. That's right. Yes, indeed. You can't really love somebody else until you really know how to love you. Really, really, really. So April, principle 2, financial independence and self-reliance. We're going to pay off debts, have a plan on how we're going to pay off the debts. We're going to have debt freedom, commitment in April, that self-reliance, financial independence. We're going to look at interest rates, how to, what you can do, how fast you want to pay off things, looking at those credit reports, credit confidence, big part. Credit confidence, definitely very important. Principle 8 for AfroEconomics in April. And then May, principle 5, integrity. Principle 7, entrepreneurship, focusing on improving any aspect of your financial or professional life that you are not happy with. Focusing on improvement in May, bringing integrity, the truth into the matter. It's always there in AfroEconomics. And then remember that each Sunday, I do the Soul of Your Money at Sunrise, the Bible-based financial inspiration sessions. Well, I'm going to really be pushing that in May as well. Entrepreneurship, a big part of May, because I believe that the core of entrepreneurship has to be integrity. It has to be about your relationship with God. It has to be in order to have the faith that is required to be an entrepreneur. It's got to be bigger than you. And then in June, principle 6, review and accountability. Because in June, we'll be like halfway through the year. Elizabeth said, have mercy. I have missed you, Elizabeth. How you doing, Miss Douglas? We need to get together soon. Dr. A, I was rolling, y'all. I need to see y'all come in. It's so good to see everybody. I love seeing all those names down there. Love it. And then in principle 6, June, review and accountability. We're going over the whole year, y'all. Risk analysis has to be updated at least every 6 months. I want to see a new analysis. And then we have that's mid-year. June is mid-year. And I ask you all to help me help you. So I want you to know with confidence that you never bother me. I am not that type of person. There are types of people who get bothered, like, you're trying to help them and they get bothered. Like, you got to know, if you know me, you got to know I'm not that type of person. I'm not, you cannot bother me. Now, of course, I can bother you. I am that type of person. I will bother you because I love you like that. But you can't bother me because I love you like that. So if I need to talk to you or you need to talk to me, you got to call and get on my calendar. Get on my calendar, because the people that do know how to do that will make sure that they do that. But some of you are so nice that you don't think about how you got to make sure that you ask for what you need. We're not even talking about once. You need to talk to me as often as possible. It's important for us. So make sure that you do that for our sake. Help me help you. And then in July, principle 10, we're going to think about health, and we're going to go into health and wealth intensely. Like, what are you doing daily for your health? We're going to ask those type of questions, and we're going to have to really make sure that we're doing it, because that's why we're starting the year. In January, we're going to be talking about the health and wealth connection as well. We have to make the connection with our smart choices and how our smart health choices impact our income. And they really do. Just think about it. When you can do more, and especially do more longer, like, it's a beautiful thing when I see my clients that are in their 70s enjoying work, and they're not working because they have to. I mean, they have made. They're working because they want to, and their health is great. That's what you want to be. You want to be able to, that is one of the happiest people on the planet, according to research, is an older person that is working at something they enjoy doing and they don't really need the money. It says that their happy quotient is very high. And then so July is about the health. August is about the knowledge, principle 4, and that includes really, it's about insurance reviews, making sure you have the appropriate coverage on your homeowners, on your car insurance, on your life insurance. But we don't talk about it enough. But we have to make sure that we have the appropriate coverage. And you have to know that I am licensed in insurance and I can help you go through those things. It really hurts me when I talk to you and you go, oh, I just got that and da 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 da. And then we find out that you switched out of something good into something horrible for absolutely no reason. We need to be analyzing these things before you're doing anything. When you start spending money, it should be because there's a particular thing that you need to have, especially when it comes into insurance or life insurance. It's very important that you are conscious of what you're considering doing. I've seen people switch policies and not know that they were switching policies. They thought they were just updating their beneficiaries. It's that serious, y'all. We have to be careful. They went into the agency, asked to update their beneficiary, and they were put into a whole new policy. That's sad. And then September, we're going to look at Principle 6, review and accountability. Quarterly reviews, very important. Do you need to rebalance your portfolio? That type of talk. And then we're going to reevaluate your risk, your financial goals, everything. We need to do this each quarter. And then in October, fall forward instead of falling back. That's the way I think of it. That's the way I'm thinking about it. Falling forward. Are you maximizing your retirement accounts? Have you taken that required minimum distribution that's needed? Do you have a FSA, a flexible spending account at work? Are you using it correctly? Do you have a health spending account? Are you using your health account correctly? Do you understand what the HSA and the FSA and the criteria they have at work? And a lot of times, I don't know from work to work, but what you do is you get the information to me and we look through it together. Once you have two eyes looking at what your specific company policy is, then I'm able to help you even more because you know what you know, I know what you know, I know, and then we work on that together. It's just about making sure that you allow me to help you with as much as I can help you with. It can only help you more. My first goal is to help you maximize that which is available to you. And then in November, we're going over goals and legacy. We're going to look at Principle 1 again. Are you on track for the year? How to make sure you reach your financial goals. Are your beneficiaries updated? Do you have your will and power of attorney? And all of these things are things that we should be thinking about right now, of course. But this is a way that I'm going to make sure that we talked about it. And then by December of 2020, we're going to bring it all together. We're going to make sure that we've been meeting quarterly. We're going to complete everything that's left undone in 2020. We're going to set financial goals for 2021 for 5 years out and for 10 years out. I like to think that AfroEconomics, we want to move towards looking at generational wealth. We're making plans for the next generation. So of course we're doing this month to month, but know that our goal is to be building for generations. Indeed. Your Akila said, is there a legal recourse for what happened to her? It's a very long process that generally the consumer does not come out on top unless they have some money to pay a lawyer. And that's really sad because, it's just really, really sad the process. So we have to be careful, because they will say, well, you understood that. You signed the forms. You had time to turn it down. You could have so and so and so. So, no, you have to be conscious of everything that we sign. We have to make sure that we're careful. I have that in the book where I'm talking about, let's make sure that we check the fine print. Understand what we're doing. Talk to somebody. Allow me to help you when you're signing something. Say, what do you think of this? And we look at it together. I think that each of the members should allow me to review their tax return before the tax preparer sends it in, on my opinion. And what trips me out is how some tax preparers get mad that I want to help make sure that you look at it. So I have to say, you know what, just ask them to send you the PDF. Don't even let them know that I'm looking at it. And I think that that's ridiculous. If I were doing something and the customer wants to look at it before I send it in, then Lord, you do whatever you want to do. Why should I just, have to send it? And then if there's an error, they want you to pay for them to do it again. But I think that we need to realize that you are in control of your financial future. And ultimately, especially when it comes to taxes and signing contracts and things like that, it's your responsibility to finance, to pay for any errors that are made. So since you have to pay for any errors, right, Ms. Wright? Right, Theo? Then you should make sure that you watch your own back. Be very careful. That's what I'm there for. Indeed. So those are Akila says, I'm finding as soon as I get my W-2. So I'll be making an appointment with you. Good for you. All the consequences, indeed, Elizabeth, fall on us. So we have to be careful. I remember one time I signed a commercial lease, and I had the lease for 8 years, and it got to the end of the 8 years, and I was always paying on time and everything, but that man wanted me out of that lease. I had like the prettiest office in there, the corner, and all they could do was like these little small increases. So I think he got this offer from someone else or something, or all of a sudden he writes and he says, you gotta go. And I'm like, what? And then he said, yeah, according to, and went back to page and this and that, it says that if we want you out, all we have to do is pay you 1 month. So they're like, probably like, oh, she gonna miss a month. She gonna do something. He's probably mad, go, Lord, here she go again. We got to get her out. I can make a lot more money on that. So I hope it worked out for him, because he certainly did. And then I certainly sued him. And I certainly did, because he started trying to nickel and dime me and not giving me my month that he had to give me according to his law. And I knew it was discrimination. And then they had to go through the whole thing of them explaining to me that it's hard to prove discrimination, JB. So it's hard to even find a lawyer that will defend you on discrimination stance, because they don't want to be embarrassed. It's ridiculous. You can't just say, this is discriminatory, I want to sue him and this, that. No, it's amazing. So I had to sue him on the point that I didn't understand the contract and it was wrong. And then the judge was like, I can't even help her with that one. What you're going to do is pay her that 1 month. That's what you're going to do. You don't have to, because the lady is in here. You had a good customer. She's been honest. She told you the truth. And what you're going to do is give her what your lease says you're going to do. He was so ticked. He almost screamed in the courtroom because I won. But I was so tired of being pushed around as a professional and as a single Black woman that I felt like I had to stand up for myself. But I did not make any money on that. I lost money. It was just 1 month. I had to pay for moving. I had to pay for new business cards. I had to pay for all of that. And they had not, because it was in that fine print. And I would have signed that anyway, because you don't think that anybody is actually going to pay you to leave. You don't think about how much that's going to cost you. And they got a whole bunch of people in there who have signed that same form who have no idea that if they do that, you still will be behind. That 1 month of them paying you to leave is still just not enough because of everything that you'll have to go through. All of my documents had to be changed for that address. All of my customers, I still have customers, and that was like 3 years ago now. I have customers that go to that location because people get accustomed to it. And then they say, oh, I don't know where she is. It's just rude. But we have to read. So I learned from that, you got to read the fine print. And nobody cares about the victim. Nobody cares. And when you have to sue somebody, nobody really wins. It's difficult for us to prove the discrimination that we experience. So what we have to do is make sure that we protect ourselves, keep your money right, don't give anybody any excuses. So the only thing that he had, or if I had not been paying my bill, that judge could not have even helped me out. And that's the biggest lesson there, is that you have to be covering yourself. In order, you gotta be doing right. You cannot allow them to have an out on you. If there's rules, we gotta follow it, because it can and will be used against us. They can do 10 things wrong. We do one thing wrong and we're jacked up. That is our reality. That's what that's just the way it is. And we have to accept that. And instead of like, you did 10 things wrong, no, you know what I'm saying? We need to focus on, I did one thing wrong, God forbid. And I gotta get that right. I gotta get that right. So I got your back. I gotta get your back. Elizabeth says that's jacked up, but that's what's real for us. And we're Black. That's what's real for being Black in America and abroad. And that's okay with me. I'm strong like that. God built me for that. He didn't give us anything that we can't handle. So let's continue our pursuit for excellence through 2020. Through 2020, I got the financial plan for 2020. This is your 2020 financial calendar. We're going to address all of this from January to December of next year, and do not allow this year to end without joining AfroEconomics and scheduling a time for us to talk. Scheduling a time for us to talk in January. Because I know it. The reason I know that 2020 is going to be so great is because I believe that we create the life that we deserve. I believe that I have created, this. God has allowed me and used me to create this. And with everything that I've gone through over these 25 years of God using me to build this business for you, I'm still standing. So it's all good, count it all good. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Let's do 2020. Let's make it happen for us. Increase our income, increase our wealth, increase our health, and let's increase all that we contribute to this planet. Let's help somebody help themselves. Be the example that this planet needs. Let me be the example, right? I don't have any problem with anybody thinking of me as a role model. Remember that time Charles Barkley was like, I'm not your role model? Well, I'm gonna tell you, JB Bryan is your role model. I ain't nowhere near perfect, but I'm gonna show you what God can do with an imperfect person. I'm gonna give it my 100, 110. Let's do it. Have a good night, y'all. Thank you so much. Please share this video with your friends once I post it in AfroEconomics with JB Bryan on YouTube. Make sure you empower someone. Join AfroEconomics so that you can be like the Hayeses and the Cotmans. Yes, indeed. Join. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful night. This is JB Bryan. I'm the President and Chief Investment Officer at JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm and the home of AfroEconomics. Check out the AfroEconomics investment portfolios. Thank you.